Hey there, science lovers! Welcome back to Following Science, the podcast where we dive deep into the fascinating world of discoveries, breakthroughs, and even the occasional scientific weirdness. I'm your host, Rudra Barl, your guide through today's episode, and let me tell you, it's a good one. Now, we're diving into how science is transforming our understanding of health, from the history making vaccines that have saved millions of lives to the mind boggling idea that kidneys might hold grudges. Yes, you heard right. Grudges. And finally, we'll be discussing the bustling metropolis of microbes that live inside your gut. Today, we're covering it all. So whether you're tuning in during your commute, folding laundry, or let's be real, scrolling through Instagram while pretending to work, stick around. You won't want to miss this. Now, let's start with one of science's biggest success stories, vaccines. Seriously, if vaccines had a fan club, I'd be the president. These tiny vials of hope have been saving lives for centuries. And the best part? They keep getting better. Let's take a quick trip back in time. The first vaccine was developed in 1796 by Edward Jenner, who discovered that milkmaids exposed to cowpox were immune to smallpox. Cowpox, as it turns out, was a superhero sidekick that helped us defeat one of humanity's deadliest enemies, smallpox, which was officially eradicated in 1980. A feat that saved millions of lives. Now, imagine if Jennifer had tried to explain this discovery in today's world. So, I took some cow goo and injected it into people, and now they don't get sick. Twitter would have exploded. It would have been called #CowScience. Fast forward to today, and vaccines have taken center stage in global health. COVID-19, anyone? Now, scientists developed effective vaccines in record time, leveraging decades of research into mRNA technology. This wasn't just a scientific breakthrough, it was a historical moment for humanity. So, how do vaccines work? Picture your immune system as a superhero squad. Vaccines are like training montage to every action movie. They teach your immune cells, your body's superheroes, to recognize and fight off villains like viruses and bacteria. And the stats are incredible. Vaccines save an estimated 4 to 5 million lives every year. Smallpox? Eradicated. Polio? Almost gone. Measles? Dramatically reduced. But vaccines do more than just save lives. They save money. For every dollar invested in childhood immunizations, society saves about $44. That's better than most stock market returns, and you don't have to stress about market crashes. Now, the future of vaccines is even more exciting. Researchers are working on vaccines for diseases like malaria, HIV, and even some forms of cancer. Imagine a world where we can not only prevent diseases, but cure them before they take hold. Honestly, at this rate, vaccines are the Beyoncé of public health. They're powerful, they're inspiring, and they deserve all the awards. Now let's shift gears and talk about an underappreciated organ, the kidney. I know kidneys don't really get the same love as, let's say, the heart or the brain, but trust me, they're just as fascinating. Your kidneys are like the unsung heroes of your body. They work tirelessly to filter about 50 gallons of blood every day, regulate your electrolytes, and manage your blood pressure, all while getting little to none recognition. But here's where it gets interesting. Recent research suggests that kidneys might have something called cellular memory. What's that, you may ask? Well, cellular memory is the idea that cells can, quote unquote, remember past injuries or stress and adjust their behavior accordingly. In the case of kidneys, if they experience damage, say from high blood pressure or diabetes, the cells can adapt in ways that influence public health, or rather, future health. It's like your kidneys are keeping a diary for everything they've been through. Dear diary, today was rough. Too much salt, not enough water. I'm holding on to that sodium grudge for now. But it's not just a quirky concept. Cellular memory has serious implications for health and medicine. It could help explain why people are more prone to chronic kidney disease than others, and it opens up new possibilities for treatment specifically. What if we could erase harmful cellular memories or train cells to be more resilient? Scientists are exploring these questions, and the answers could revolutionize how we treat organ damage. It's a reminder that even the organs we think we understand still have secrets waiting to be uncovered. So next time you skip hydrating after your third cup of coffee, just remember, your kidneys are taking notes, and they're not as great as forgiving. Finally, let's take a trip to the most bustling, densely populated place on your earth, your gut. Inside your digestive system lives a community of trillions of microorganisms, collectively known as the gut microbiome. These bacteria, viruses, and fungi aren't just freeloaders, they're essential to your health. Your microbiome helps you digest food, produces vitamins, regulates your immune system, and even influences your mood. That's right, your gut is a constant conversation with your brain through something called the gut brain axis. But here's where it gets even cooler. Your microbiome might play a role in how your body responds to cancer treatments, particularly immunotherapy. Immunotherapy is a groundbreaking cancer treatment that activates your immune system to attack tumors. But researchers have found that the effectiveness of this treatment can depend on the state of your gut microbiome. Now, if your microbiome were an Avengers team, this type of bacteria would be Iron Man, small but mighty and absolutely essential to the mission. But it's not just cancer. Your gut health is linked to a range of conditions, from autoimmune diseases to mental health disorders. And the good news, you can influence your microbiome through lifestyle choices. Now, before I go into more detail about the lifestyle choices I was talking about, let's take a little bit deeper dive into the disruptions of your gut microbiome, which are called dysbiosis. Now, it's linked to a variety of conditions, so let's just start with autoimmune diseases. Now, conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease, and multiple sclerosis have all been associated with an imbalance in your gut microbiomes. Now, certain bacteria trigger inflammatory responses in the immune system, which can lead to the body mistakenly attacking its own tissues. For example, studies show that people with MS tend to have lower levels of beneficial bacteria in your gut microbiome, which helps regulate these immune responses in the first place. Now, second, there's mental health disorders. The gut-brain axis makes the microbiome a key player in mental health. Imbalances in gut bacteria have been linked to anxiety, depression, and even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. One hypothesis suggests that gut bacteria produce neurotransmitters like serotonin, which is often called the happy chemical, and GABA, which directly affects mood and stress levels. Third, let's talk about metabolic disorders. Now, dysbiosis can contribute to obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular diseases. Certain gut bacteria influences how your body metabolizes food and stores fat. A microbiome with too many sugar-loving bacteria might increase your craving for sweets, perpetuating a cycle of weight gain. Fourth, let's talk about cancer and immunotherapy. As mentioned, the microbiome can influence the effectiveness of immunotherapy, a treatment that activates the immune system to fight cancer. Now, Faecilibacterium pronicioe, aka the Iron Man of your gut, produces anti-inflammatory compounds that enhance the immune system's ability to target tumors. Other beneficial bacteria are also under investigation for their cancer-fighting potential. Now, fifth, let's talk about allergies and asthma. Now, microbial imbalances, particularly early in life, have been linked to the development of allergic diseases and asthma. The hygiene hypothesis suggests that a lack of exposure to diverse microbes during childhood can lead to an overactive immune response later in life. Now let's transition into talking about how lifestyle choices shape your microbiome. Now, here's the empowering part. Your microbiome isn't fixed. It evolves based on what you eat, how you live, and even how much you sleep. So let's break it down into some actionable strategies. First, diet. Eat more fibers. Foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and seed feed your beneficial gut bacteria. Fiber is their favorite snack. Now, some examples of this include apples, broccoli, lentils, oats, and chia seeds. Now, I know everybody hates broccoli, but come on, apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Then there's fermented foods. Foods like yogurt, kimchi, miso, and kombucha introduces live beneficial bacteria, or rather probiotics, into your gut. Then have a diverse plant-based diet. Aim for 30 plus different plant foods each week. The more diverse your diet, the more diverse your microbiome, which is linked to better overall health. Then reduce ultra-processed foods. These can feed harmful bacteria and promote inflammation. Limit sugary drinks, chips, and refined carbs. Lastly, omega-3 fatty acids. Now, this is found in fatty fish like salmon, walnuts, and flax seeds all are examples of omega-3s that promote the growth of bacteria linked to reduced inflammation. Second, hydrate. Drinking enough water helps maintain the mucosal lining of the intestines and supports the growth of good bacteria. Third, use prebiotics and probiotics. Now let's talk about prebiotics first. These are non-digestible fibers that fuel your beneficial bacteria. Good sources include garlic, onions, bananas, asparagus, and leeks. Second, let's talk about probiotics. If you're not getting enough fermented foods, consider a high quality probiotic supplement. Then sleep. I know I say sleep is a solution to everything, but it literally is. Poor sleep disrupts your microbiome, so you should be aiming for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night and maintain a consistent sleep schedule to keep your gut-brain axis happy, because again, that is also linked to your mental health. And you know what they say about self-care? It's really important. And sleep is honestly a form of self-care, so don't feel guilty if you're sleeping and not doing the work, because honestly, you're taking care of yourself and that's worth it. Then, stress management. Chronic stress can negatively impact your gut flora. Techniques like meditation, yoga, deep breathing, and regular exercise help balance stress hormones and support your gut. 6. Exercise. Moderate regular exercise increases the diversity of your gut microbiome and promotes the growth of bacteria that produces anti-inflammatory compounds. 7. Limit antibiotics. While antibiotics are life-saving when needed, they can wipe out beneficial gut bacteria. Always use antibiotics judiciously and work to rebuild your microbiome with probiotics afterwards. 8. Avoid artificial sweeteners. Substances like aspartame and sucralose can disrupt the balance of gut bacteria and may even raise blood sugar levels by altering microbial activities. Now, your gut microbiome is much more than a collection of microorganisms. It's a central command center for your health. By making intentional lifestyle choices, you can cultivate a microbiome that supports a strong immune system, a balanced mood, and even enhances your responses to cutting-edge treatments like immunotherapy. So take care of your gut. It's not just helping you digest food, it's helping you thrive. And as they say, a happy gut is a happy you. Now, to bring it back to our earlier joke, if your microbiome were the Avengers, you're the Nick Fury. You're in charge of assembling a mighty heroic team to protect your health. So, do it. Now, to kind of wrap up on what we learned today, vaccines are the superheroes of public health, kidneys might be holding grudges, and your gut microbiome is a thriving ecosystem that's shaping your health in ways that we're only beginning to understand. Basically, if your body were a reality TV show, it would have everything. Drama, complexity, and plot twists. Who knew kidneys could be so petty? Now, as I wrap up this episode, I really want to thank you all for joining me on this journey through the amazing world of health science. If you enjoyed today's episode, share it with a friend who could use some fun facts about their gut or maybe needs a reminder to drink more water. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review Following Science. Your support helps keep this podcast going and lets me keep diving into the scientific stories that matter truly. And as always, I really, really love hearing from you guys, so keep reaching out. I really love it. Now, until next time, stay curious, stay hydrated, and as always, follow science. This is your host, Ruth Pearl, signing off.